So today we're going to look at the importance of eye contact and communicating directly with your child. So basically, eye contact is actually a building block for communication, and also it helps with bonding with your child. So basically, really none of us feels comfortable when we are having a conversation with someone and then that other person keeps on looking away. We feel unheard. We feel like the other person is not interested in you or is not interested in what you have to say. And so it is, eye contact is actually even more important, or very important, especially for children who have got a hearing loss, because they are visually, as much as they've got a hearing loss, but they are visually, as you have mentioned that your audiologist also noted that about Lindiwe, that she is very visual. So it's very important for her, when you're communicating with Lindiwe, that you maintain eye contact with her, so she can know that you are interested in her, you are interested in communicating with her. So eye contact as well, it makes children want to communicate, want to engage as well. I'm just remembering a situation with my daughter. My daughter is 14 years now, and when she was like few months, she used to, when I communicate with her, she was used with me looking at her and paying attention and giving her interest. And so when I speak with her and I'm busy looking at the TV, and she will pick it up very quickly. So children in general are very visual and are very sensitive in terms of their visual environment. So she would notice it quickly when I'm not focusing in her, and she will go in front of the TV and just stand in front of the TV and stretch her arms like this. Or even if I'm speaking with her and I'm looking at my phone, and she will quickly grab my phone and throw it somewhere else, or just put it aside and look at me in the face, and face to face, and give me an eye contact to show me that I'm not focusing to her, and she is interested to talk to me, and she's interested to communicate whatever she wanted to communicate. So this is very important, because we're teaching our children that when they communicate with us, we are interested and we are going to respond to that. So today we're just going to look at really few things in terms of Lindiwe, how you can provide those eye contact in your daily interactions with her. And just for an example, if we can just look at this visual, it will just show us some few examples on how we can provide or we can give eye contact to children. So if we're looking at this visual, we're looking at the mom here is watching TV, but also she's also talking to her child, and her child has got a hearing loss, and she's like the child is sitting on her side. So we see that she's talking, but she's not looking at the child. So the child might not even know that she is speaking to her, or she's just commenting on something on TV. And also the other one, she's looking at her, but she's speaking on the phone, and that can be a very confusing message for the child, because the child doesn't know that are you speaking to me or are you speaking to someone on the phone. And then we see the other picture, the third one, where the mom is looking at the child and is talking and is looking at the child, and the child is responding, and they are connecting better, they are communicating, and the child can hear the mom. So some ideas are around communicating effectively with your child, or communicating successfully with your child. You can just sometimes you can just get your child close to you, and you know how you interact and get affectionate with your child, which is another communicating skill as well, or communicating factor, by being affectionate and touching it. It also helps that you get close to your child. It's either by putting your child on top of you or next to you, but hold your child closer, just like in this visual, and then you can now able to talk, and your child can even hear you much better in that situation. And another idea, or another thing that you can do to keep an eye contact, is to get down to your child's level, or bring the child up to your level. Like we can see the mom here, she brought the child to her level by picking the child and putting the child on top of her, but at the level of her face, where they can have eye contact, as well as where the child can see her face, and so that the child can see the gestures from the face. And also sometimes if the child was busy doing something, to get to the child's level, we can it's either we sit down comfortably with the child on the floor, or wherever the child is, and be at the same level where you can see each other, and the child can see your face as well. So what is also important is communicating directly with your child. And I know sometimes we are very busy with other children, and doing our chores while we are busy with communicating with our children. So sometimes when we're communicating, we're talking to somebody else, but we're looking at the child, and it can be very confusing for the child. I know in a busy day, that happens very quickly. So we need to be aware about how, in terms of how we communicate with others, and especially with children, and especially sometimes when you have more than one child in the house. Sometimes you're speaking to that other child, but you are busy with this child and you're looking to them, and then they get confused that, who are you speaking to? Are you speaking to me, or are you speaking to the other child? So we need to be very aware of that, that it's not confusing for Lindy, where you should always know when you are speaking to her, and so that in that way then she will respond, and she will always know, like when you speak direct to her, she will always know that you're referring to her, and you are expecting her to respond about whatever you are speaking to her about. So I think for now I'm just going to to stop here and just give you an opportunity to ask questions. Obviously, I know some of what we are talking about here is it needs a lot of practice. It needs a lot of self-awareness to be aware of what we are doing and when we are doing it, and how we communicate with Lindy. But they really, the eye contact and connecting directly to her, it's really the basic skills for communication. For her, it will also not benefit the both of you, it will benefit the whole family, because you can also model it to the whole family, that everyone speaks or communicates in the same way with Lindy. Where in that way, then everybody will build on that. As Lindy is learning more communication skills, more language, then they will all build on this. The important thing, she needs to know that people around her are sensitive to how she communicates things in how she learns, and they are also interested in her visual environment. So do you have any questions or any worries? Great. So what you can do in the week, you can just just be aware of your interactions with her, and try as much as possible to provide opportunities to give eye contact. I know, Lerato, you're not always in the house, you work, and try and see how you can make the best, or you can make that time when you are at home to be the best time to communicate with her, just by bringing her closer and giving her that eye contact, and responding to her and communicating with her directly. So thank you so much, and I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy bonding with Lindy, and that your communication with her will be stronger each day, and you will get to understand some of the things that have been difficult for you to understand from her communication. Thank you.